Hello, this is Orson Bean. Harvard 48. Yale nothing. I'd like to do a little poem for you. This is a poem that was written by a friend of mine who's a television writer. His name is Les Pine, and he wrote this little poem, and it goes something like this. Something like this. It goes exactly like this. This is it. Last week I'm riding in the MTA, and this poor slob is sitting right across the way. So he's sitting in the subway, kind of slumped in his seat, like a tired old dog, so dead, so beat. His clothes, his face, everything looks sad. And I'm thinking, what a rotten life he must have had. So I look in his face, and what do I see? He looks like he's feeling sorry for me. But you don't know the MTA. I mean, the windows are filthy, the lights are dim. It was my own reflection, and I am him. Right then and there, I take stock of myself. Broke, no job, no prospects. Let's face it, I'm middle class. So what do? I whip out my copy of the Reader's Digest, and I read an article about how to be a success. It's called, I Upped My Income. Up yours. It says, study the successful men around you. So I look around the subway, and I see all these whiskey ads, Seagrams, Carstairs, Calverts for the man who cares. And I see all these guys in the whiskey ads, industrial giants, university grads, movie stars, big shots, executive types, and they're sitting there drinking and smoking their pipes. Look how they dress. They reek of success. The men who switch are famous and rich. They all drink whiskey, and they're all on top. And I, like a schmo, never touch a drop. George Greps has switched to Carstairs. Another one of these famous men. He sits by the fire in a wood-paneled den, with the rugs so thick and the drapes so plush, and he sits there, a rich and powerful lush. So I'm sitting in the subway, and I start to think, who the hell am I that I shouldn't drink? So I'll take a drink like these fellas do, and I'll get my picture in the subway too. I get off the subway, and I go to the Bide-A-Wee Bar and Grill. The place has a very distinguished air, and there's several men of distinction there, clustered in groups of 3 and 4, some on the bar, some on the floor. Bartender says, what'll you have? I says, listen, bartender, I've decided to switch. Could you mix me up something? I'll be famous and rich. He takes a bottle off of the shelf. He says, mister, did you ever hear of a whiskey called Two Partners? I says, yeah. He says, this stuff is called sole ownership. He says, very private reserve, got a kick like a bear. One drink of this stuff, you're a billionaire. I says, I'll get my picture in the subway. He says, Buster, you'll be plastered.